let me start by saying that I pay for a lot of services that I don't really use. I have Disney Plus, which means that I have Hulu. My Hulu logs me out from time to time unless I'm using it like on the reg, it logs me out. And then I don't know what my password is, so I can't, without all the computer.
Yeah, I know. I've just had to go through Disney Plus.
I'm not going to fucking do that shit. So, so I can keep Disney Plus. I'm going to stop paying for Hulu. I have Peacock, Paramount, Prime, Max.
What? Go back. Start listening to him again.
I have Peacock.
What?
Paramount.
What?
Max.
What?
Prime.
What?
And Disney Plus.
What?
You got me on that one, you son of a bitch. But honestly, when it comes down to it, I got one of those smart TVs. It's a Roku enabled whatever. And you have all these options on the left and then all your channels on the right. And one of them I found, it took me forever to figure this out. But if you go down from home, it's the next one down is called What to Watch. And everything that you've been watching on every fucking streaming service is there. You don't have to go to Hulu and be like, oh, or you don't have to go, where was I watching this movie? Or where was I watching this show? You can go there, and that's really kind of cool. But here's the other thing, is it gives you recommendations based on stuff that you've watched everywhere else as well. And it gives you
my smart TV, yeah.
Right,
mine does
most
that
smart
too, yeah.
TVs do this, right? Now, some of the movies that it recommends me or whatever are like paid movies, and I'm like, go fuck yourself. But some of them are free, like the one that my long box will be this week. And I got to be honest, I have no real problem getting rid of all of my streaming services completely and just using Pluto and Tubi and Roku. Who fucking cares?
Unless it's something we're covering. Unless something we will both want to watch.
For instance, yes, that's you and me. But what I'm saying in a generality is that it really makes no sense. I understand that people are like, oh, we got to have Netflix to get those, first run, da-da-da and shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or we got to get this. I get that. Now, I still haven't seen season 3 of Only Murders in the Building, and here's why. I don't fucking care anymore. And the reason why is because Hulu canceled Reboot. So go fuck yourself, Hulu. I'm serious. I don't give a shit what Hulu does any more than Netflix does.
Lover?
Yes, I'm angry at Netflix for the same fucking reason. We'll promote the fuck out of these shows until they get popular, and then we're going to cancel the shit out of them. Everybody's out on their ass.
Or shadow drop them and give them no chance.
So Netflix,
and then be surprised.
fuck Netflix, fuck Hulu, and what I think that's it right now. But I really don't need the other streaming services. I did like Poker Face on Peacock, but most of the stuff that I watch, I can watch either with an antenna or I own it. I still have all my DVDs.
So the reason we're talking about streaming being the new cable,
and we've been
which is so
we've made a bunch of stuff about streaming.
You want to talk about definition of insanity or the definition of history repeating itself.
Yeah.
We all cut the fucking cord with cable.
Sure.
And said, you know what? We got all these shows in one place in like a few places with like Hulu and Netflix, right?
Yep.
It'll be fun. It'll be great. It isn't going to be a situation where all these corporations are saying like, yeah, we can make a good amount. Or they don't maybe make that much licensing shit out to Netflix or whatever. But they're saying like, hey, we could take that money and we could take all the properties we own and we could put it on a streaming service and people will be into it. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then we'll do that. And then we'll do that. And then we'll do that. And then we have 20 fucking streaming services.
We talked about this when MGM Plus became a thing. We're like, fucking why? Why?
Hey, maybe it's because
Stars, go away.
Maybe it's because just maybe it's because having a flooded market, which we all kind of saw coming, because this is what hey, hot take, this is what capitalism does.
Jeez.
It continues to make a market that's unsustainable. So then when you go like, oh no, we can't charge for these 20 streaming services because we have to keep jacking up prices. So what do? We're gonna all bundle together. And some people blame the strikes on this. because now we're gonna have to pay more actors. You're gonna see streaming services merge and shit.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
that's the same bullshit excuse that made everybody go, "Oh, if you make $15 an hour working for Burger King, then my Whopper's going to be more
No,
expensive."
the reality
Fuck
is
off. The CEO makes it that way, not the fucking
the
market.
reality is these, like what I just said, they all flooded the market
Yeah.
and expected average everyday Americans to spend upwards of $60 to $70 on all these streaming services, which is what you would be doing with cable.
Oh, it was like 100 or so with cable at the end there.
Honestly, you probably would be the same if you had like.
Hey, here's a
And then
quick
you
side note.
And then you could say, "Oh no, well you could pick and choose." Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You can.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Like we're talking about. But here's
But
a quick side note. When
it's
you
like no wonder this shit happened.
when you said we cut the cable we cut the cord, right? Guess what? We all had to keep our cable companies though because they owned all the fucking internet.
Yeah.
Well, that's changed, but at the time, like Mediacom, I mean, they had the cable and the internet. Mediacom is actually one of the biggest jerks in this whole fucking
It
mess.
just continues to show you how cyclical all this stupid shit is, and no surprise. And I truly said this a long time ago. I was fine 7 years ago just having like 3 or 4 streaming services, and I have no problem going back to that. And because at the end of the day, to me, it's got to be about quality.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be quantity. It should be quality. And I think what you're seeing with all these things having to merge is the same things we've been saying about the box office recently, where it hasn't been as high as it's been in the past. It's because people are being selective. Because this shit is expensive.
You ever heard, like, whenever they have expansion in Major League Sports, there's always talk of parity by the league, but the fans and the critics are always saying, well, you're diluting the talent pool. And what that means, basically, as we all know, is if you have 50 spaces in a league, right, and then you bump that up to 100, well, guess what? You had the 50 best guys, now you have the 100 best guys. There's less talent, right? Okay. Same thing with all of these streaming services. Okay, like some days I'm just bored as fuck and I have no show to watch, I have no movie, whatever. I just go to, like, say, Peacock and look up comedy movies. And it is filled with the same fucking loser bullshit movies that are just cheap as fuck that they bought up to pad their fucking categories. That is on fucking
And then
Paramount.
and then you start to see
that
the
is
same
on fucking
batch
other
of
channels
movies on all these other
it's
streaming
It's
services.
the same on Prime. It's the same on Max. It's the fucking same on all these fucking streaming services. It's all these bullshit. Believe it or not, it's all these really fucking terrible Christmas comedy movies. I fucking know, right? Like, no fucking way. But it's all like bad movies or bad comedians like specials. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for, like, Billy Madison or sorry, Happy Gilmore, whatever, one of those old comedies. And none of them, all the old stupid comedies that I like just put on so I can have something in the background, like, they're all cost money. And I'm like, why? Why does Funny Farm cost money at all?
Oh, give up Funny Farm, god damn it.
Why the fuck is Funny
It's
Farm
not even that good of a
free?
movie.
It's so good. It should have won the Academy Award. Chevy Chase was robbed. Okay.
Funny Farm aside, I'm sick of it.
Such a great movie.
No, it's oh my god.
Oh, it's so classic.
Go. You know what? Go do once a week with T-Bird and do fucking Funny Farm. It was
Wow.
special.
Wow.
You keep that shit off OPOT.
Wow.
Get it out.
Get that shit off of my goddamn podcast. You fucking wanker. That's what somebody called me that when I was in England. So I called people here.
I thought it was like a wiener thing, but it's not.
It kind of is. I mean,
So
Kinda
anyway,
means dick.
Comcast is so yeah. The reason we talk about that because last week Disney and Warner Brothers were like, we're gonna do Disney Plus Hulu Max bundle.
I'm gonna fucking throw up. Is
And then
what
this
we
week,
said.
yeah, and then this week Comcast is joining Paramount Plus, Netflix, and Apple TV Plus, and then there's a Peacock bundle of some kind that does a couple more. Again, my point is like, oh,
What
shocker,
in the
there's
fuck?
4
Fuck
options again.
off. Fuck off.
It's just so
Fuck.
who could have seen this coming? Oh, everyone. Everyone could have seen this
That's so
coming.
weird that they're like all of the media is basically controlled by 7 large corporations, and like we
Not
don't
just
know
media,
this.
dude. 7 companies control everything
Oh,
in
I
this
know.
country.
I know.
Everything.
Everything in the world.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's the world we know. Yeah. So yeah, sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks for creatives.
It sucks for creatives, and it sucks for audiences.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what am I supposed to watch while I'm building Legos? Not that I want to watch.
How am I gonna escape
Reality.
edges of everyday life?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the society that we prop up with our hard-earned labor every day.
One more bit of
We
news.
have the power. What?
One more bit of news.
We're about to get shut down.
Well, I feel like we're turning into a Marvel podcast. We don't talk enough about DC shit.
Fuck you.
Whoa.
Sorry. What happened?
Soundboard up.
Oh,
Hold on.
sorry about that.
Homie just said
Fuck you.
Sorry.
live on the air.
Wow.
And I said,
I'll eat your ass.
Wow. And I said,
It's your fault.
no,
no, wow.
I got what I paid for.
That's true. $10 went somewhere.
Get your ass to Mars.
okay.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.